Hey there, cow spirit. Welcome to ox spirit, cow, ox. Welcome to your Chinese Zodiac sign reading guidance, animal spirit guidance for 2021. I'm shuffling in the back as I sort of tune into this wonderful energy of the ox spirit. The deck that I have does not have an ox, so I use the cow. And I feel like that is somewhat appropriate, as this is pretty damn close. Other animal signs do not even have a card in the deck that I use for my animal spirits, so this is a gift. What is the guidance for cow spirit, ox spirit for 2021? What is the guidance for them for this year? Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. Oh. Huh. Yeah, okay. So, for you this year, 2021, that's kind of what you have to do. Your guidance is to inhale, hold that breath, and exhale. There's a lot. There's actually a lot for you this year. You might be coming from some anger from 2020. You might be carrying anger, grief, heavy disappointments, and perhaps you were trying to be positive, and somewhere along the way that positivity began to wane. If you're feeling optimistic about this year, or trying to feel optimistic about this year, that's good. Keep that up, but nurture that energy as well as the energy of the anger and that other spectrum of things, the frustration. Your guidance is quite a lot. Like the spirit has a lot to guide you on this year. One of those is the umbrella energy, and that to me is the energy that'll be holding space for all of the other sort of guidances for you. And that's going to be that exhaling, taking things slow, taking things methodically, pacing yourself. What I'm seeing is how a cow chews. Cows do not chew lickety split. They chew slowly, each tooth sort of grinding each blade of grass. Mush, 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 mush. You know, their jaws sort of moving in that methodical way, and slowly and carefully, and not even with any thought, but it's just their being. They have this sort of stillness to them while they're still moving. And that's what I'm seeing here for you as your basket, your umbrella that's holding the rest of the energies, which I'll get to. The rest of the guidance is for you. But taking things very slow and knowing that slowness doesn't mean that nothing is happening. Dormancy doesn't mean that nothing is happening. If you look at winter, there's so much happening, but things are also dormant. They're in hibernation. But that hibernation is so purposeful for once the spring comes, right? Everything that's happening during hibernation, everything that's happening during that resting period is important. That potential energy is being nurtured in that way. And that's what this year, the major guidance point I want to say is that that energy of, okay, let me take a step back, sit down, breathe, lay down, breathe, and, you know, look at things from a different perspective. Let me look at things from square one. Okay, let's take things slow. Did this happen? Okay. Did this happen? Okay. Is this still happening? Okay. What can I do while this is happening? What can I do to let this breathe and grow and do what it needs to do in order for it to do what it will eventually do? There's going to be some decluttering for you in 2021. You're guided to declutter. You're guided to declutter your thoughts. You're guided to declutter your emotions. You're guided to declutter your actual physical space. You're guided to declutter your body. For some of you, your health may have been slightly jeopardized in previous years, or especially with what was going on in 2020 and coming into 2021, your health may have been affected in some way. Was it because the food you were eating? Was it too much excess food? Was it the actual pandemic that affected your health? That affected your physical health and even your mental health? Could it have been, eating your emotions during the eating your time? Eating became a hobby, right? There might be a call to look at your health and clean up the bad habits that may have formed. Clean away the dust from the good habits that you used to have. Clean away the clutter. Clear away the things that aren't yours to deal with. Clear away the stuff that isn't helpful. Clear away the stuff that isn't helping you grow or be better. I'm called to this line in the book for cleaning house, which says, celebrate a spring cleaning and feel the freedom as you make way for much better things. Look at what you've resisted discarding and be honest about its value. Be honest, clean house. I love that last line, be honest. There's some things that we don't want around us that because we don't really see their value, or we don't really want to put in the time to connect with that value. And there's some things that we keep around because of the value we've given it, but it doesn't give us any value. There's a lot of things that the world tells you that you need or don't need that you may find value or not find value. And for instance, some of the things that people like to do is not watch the news because it doesn't give them anything positive. That may be something that you might decide to clean house and sort of, remove yourself away from that. But for some of you, it might be something that you don't remove yourself from. It might be something that helps keep you sort of grounded or connected to the realities that are out there as well. That's an example of something where you have to be honest and see what it is for you by connecting to what it is for you. And there may be some things that you do have to, people you may have to talk to, people you may have to forgive or ask forgiveness for from this, through this year. Something that you may have to do is maybe nurture certain relationships, especially the relationship with yourself, as you go through the relationship with your dreams, the relationship with the things that your goals, the things that you want for yourself, the things that you have inside of you that want to be, out in the world, or just out for you being the world to see. Sometimes we don't even give ourselves, we don't give into our own pleasures and creativities because of whatever reason, and all that thing inside of us wants is to be seen. And it doesn't necessarily have to be seen by the whole world. It can just be seen and acknowledged by us, because in our perspective, sometimes we are the world from that ego perspective. So if you are a creative, if you are someone who has wanted to enjoy a musical instrument, a painting, drawing, creating stuff, working with your hands, with your feet, with your body, dancing, whatever it may be, reconnecting to that and feeding that part of you will be helpful and useful during this year. And going back to the cleaning house, there, and the cleaning house is literally like cleaning up, right? You can clean up your actual house, your physical house, and you might find, you know, an instrument that you used to play, that you used to have, that you've tucked away behind other stuff, other stuff, other stuff. And if you pull that other stuff away and make way for this creative thing that you used to do, or this desire inside of you, this notebook that you've written all these ideas in, or this box that you used to save all these coins in, or whatever the case may be, that would be a really good nostalgia hit for you to reconnect with that part of you. Another part of cleaning house and being in that still mindset, things moving slowly, you might as well make room in your emotion, in your heart, make room in your psyche, make room in your growth, and make amends for the things that you may have done that are still living inside of you now that you've, you know, grown up, or now that time has passed, making some sort of amends for things that you may not be as proud of, missteps or mistakes that you may have made in your world, and clean that up, clean that guilt, and move forward, planting new seeds. Take those weeds out and move into 2021 and living the rest of 2021 and the rest of your life really with an essence of, I've done what I can, truly, honestly, because there's something about that honesty that's really popping off for me in my pop-off area. And also being able to forgive yourself for the things that you may or may not have done for yourself or for others. The things that you may not have been able to do, or things that you just weren't brave enough or courageous, whatever it is, being able to forgive yourself and others in this year. That's something that you're called to. So this year really, there is that umbrella of taking things slowly, taking things bite-sized, knowing that just because it looks like things are dormant or not moving does not mean that they're not moving or growing. And using that time of breath to exhale the stuff that you don't need anymore in your world, the things that aren't helpful anymore, the things that have served you for a time, but now making room for the new. Going into your personal garden and de-weeding it, removing the stuff that just, let's start this new part of your life differently. Take the stuff that you just don't need, till the land and cultivate yourself, recultivate your relationships, and recultivating the things that matter to you now in your new phase. So I hope this helped in some sort of way. I hope it resonated with you, and I hope that you can come back to it throughout the year and listen to it, and I hope that it hits you differently and deeper. So usually I find when you do like the video, it saves to like a liked videos playlist that you can go back to and find videos that you liked. So then that way you can find this video in the future, so that you can listen to it and go, oh my god, that's literally what I needed right now. And I usually find that's super helpful. I hope this did serve you in some sort of way. Let me know how it does. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful year, and it looks like there's going to be a lot for you to intake and review within yourself. It's going to be a really powerful potential year for you. And by that I mean, as in potential energy is not energy that's combusted yet and become kinetic. It's still being nurtured in that nurture space, and this is really lovely for that. A really great time for you to plant new seeds and new dreams, and it doesn't matter where you are, even just refreshing those old ones, that might be something for you here for this year as well. In any case, I'm having a hard time saying goodbye. Keep your light on. Good luck. If you'd like a personal reading, the information for that is in the description box below. I'll see you in the comments. Bye bye.